Welcome. Welcome to Equilibrium Dog Training. This is Thalia. I thought I'd invite you in for an open house tour. We've had a lot of people coming and going these last few weeks and contacting me to ask questions, and there seemed to be an underlying interest for folks. They wanted to know, where is my dog during the day if you're not in your training studio or outside? So I'm going to give you a tour of the natural flow of our house. This is not intended to be in order of how I train, but just kind of the natural flow of our house. As you can see here, this is our front door. And while we're going through this tour, I thought I would just kind of point out some areas or highlight some areas that I do some training. In case you're trying to do some training of your own at home and would like some ideas, first of all, this is our entranceway, our main entrance to the house. And we do a lot of threshold training at this entrance, as well as many. Sometimes the dog might be on a cot, a bed, a blanket, a towel, or on nothing at all, but it usually helps to have something to anchor them down. We also do threshold work at these stairs. But we're going to start with our den. This is the den. I'm trying to give you really a perspective from your dog's eye versus a model home tour. That's not what this is about. This is a perspective from your dog, because after all, they're the ones that are going to be here. So fortunately, my husband is very agreeable to this, but you know, the way we live is kind of modular, which means we move things around to accommodate our guests, our trainees, the moment. And right now, what you'll see is there's one bed there. And these do move, especially if we turn on the fireplace. We like to be by the fireplace. Here's a cot and another little bed. So if we're in here watching TV, working at the computer, or entertaining with a couple, the dogs will come in here with us and just relax. And they'll learn how to enjoy our company without being all over the place and amped up. So now we're entering into what would be considered the family room. I use this space a lot also when I'm training inside, moving the dogs from one spot to another on command, maybe calling them a come, telling them to sit or to down and stay. And I build up for that. But we don't use this room a lot, but I do use it for training purposes. Right now we're entering the kitchen. And families and dogs and kitchens seem to create a lot of tension and stress. Either the dog gets on the counters and gets food, or if the dishwasher happens to be open, they're licking things, which could be dangerous, cutting their tongue on a knife or something of that nature. So this room we use quite a bit for training. At the moment, what you're looking at would be considered a dining nook. However, I use this for staging of the training when we're working in the kitchen. So the number of cots, the size of cots, or blankets or beds or towels or little rugs That changes all the time. But we have them in place, relaxed, and not carrying on when we're in the kitchen. And it makes for a pleasurable time cooking and entertaining in the kitchen when the dogs are underfoot. They're safe, we're safe, and it just makes things more pleasant and a better flow overall. This is an entrance to our backyard. So sometimes the dogs go out to the backyard from this viewpoint here, and when they're outside and we are starting to come in, I made them sit at the door. And the reason I have them sit and wait patiently at the door, even though the door is open, is because I want them calm upon entry. We don't want them racing in, knocking things over and getting into things. We want them to enter in a calm state. So I have them sit, and that's the practice that we have here. And then I invite the dog in, and it's usually asked to wait at the rug here. Well, this rug gets washed, so it could be a different rug. We're always washing things. It's difficult to keep floors, rugs, and such clean during the winter time, so I just change things out a lot and wash things a lot. Anyway, back to the dog would come in, sit and wait. I might have it in a down. It just may stay there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, who knows? It just depends on what I'm trying to train for and what I want it to do next. It might go on this cot or a different cot. It might come in for a feeding time, which is also a training opportunity. But right now, let me back up here. Try not to move too fast. So this is the dining nook, and from our kitchen you can see into this room, which is my office, an area where the dogs rest, sleep, and they also get trained in here. So there's my desk, and my dogs are resting currently. They just said goodbye to a little buddy, and we're transitioning for another large dog that's coming in. So we're getting ready to accommodate that. So from here, we are going to go to another room, our dining room. When we have a formal meal, let's say, we do not bring dogs in here when we're eating. Instead, they probably remain here in place. And usually I feed the dogs before I eat. I take care of all that sort of business with them and their comfort breaks before we eat. So they're full, contented, and relaxing in place while we're eating. Another option when we're dining is I might also put them here at the entryway. I might just have them on this rug or bring in a bed or a cot. Just depends on what I want to do. But when we're in the dining room eating, the dogs are not with us. However, if we're playing games and just entertaining, then we bring them in and we just have them sit and lie down. So we are enjoying each other's company, and they're learning just to stay relaxed while they're indoors. So we're going to walk through the dining room, and we're going to head upstairs. And again, we use the stairs for threshold work. So when we head up the stairs in the evening to go to the bonus room to relax, I have the dogs here, sitting and waiting until I ask them. After I go up the stairs, I wait and then call or signal the dog up to me. And that's a safe practice that we've tried to add, because some people at home have young children or they have very large dogs and they might The owner might be feeble, so this is one thing that we like to add if it's important to the family. Anyway, as I was saying, owners want to know what their dogs are doing in the evening. So in the evening time, unless we're entertaining, we are relaxing in this bonus room. There's Lucy's bed, which I just have pushed there. We might move it other places. This is a great video screen that my husband's made. We get a lot of enjoyment out of it, and so do the dogs because they get to enjoy our company. And here is just one cot. I can bring out more depending on the dogs that I have. But when we're in the bonus room, the dogs are with us. They're not isolated off by themselves. Instead, they're with a family, integrated into our lives, and with us. So this would be an example of me sitting down, my perspective, and this is where the dogs usually are. I have them on cots near me, and oftentimes I get on the floor and pet the dog, and give him some love and play with it a little bit. And then sometimes I call the dogs over to me one at a time to pet it, but also to help teach it not to jump up, just to keep it calm, all four paws on the ground, and so it can get some attention. When our evening's over, we head down the stairs for our last night comfort break. And they stay depending on what the dog owner is wanting. If the dog owner wants the dog to be trained to sleep in their bedroom at night, that's where it is in the evening. If they want it in a laundry room, our laundry room is large enough for it to sleep in there with bedding. Or if they want it off by itself in a separate room, then this is one of the areas that we could do that. Speaking of sleeping, these two look tired. I hope you found that this tour was helpful, our open house, and we look forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions, just let me know. I look forward to hearing from you. You take care. Bye-bye.